Hello, Dr. Bridget Goodwin. It's a nice pleasure for me to meet again. We are in very long, very good collaboration. I think for many years. And today we want to present an interesting, very interesting topic about the synergy between epitherapy and aromatherapy. You are the great expert in epitherapy, and you obtain really very good results in this natural therapy, in the utilization of bee products, especially if I know well in the utilization, and I know very well because we collaborated in your postdoctoral thesis in the utilization of bee venom. Dear Bridget, please to present your activity in this field, and also the possibility to associate different other therapeutic methods to obtain good results, positive results in the treatment of your patient. Now you are in Mexico, and I have the privilege to discuss with you about this topic. Please, dear Bridget.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rosenberg. It's always a pleasure to meet with you, and I really admire your tireless efforts as Dr. Natura promoting natural medicine, and congratulations on the publication of your recent book on aromatherapy.
Thank
yes,
you.
the synergies between aromatherapy and apitherapy are surprisingly connected, because as we know, all of the medicine that comes from the bees comes from the flowers and the plants and the resins that the bees collect. And
Sure.
these same medicinal plants are very important in aromatherapy. So of course there's a connection. And I think in Europe, this kind of connection is better known as phytotherapy, isn't it? So I think in many countries, people don't realize just how connected the bees are to plant material, to herbs, to flowers, to medicinal plants that are really important for medicine. So I always like to say the bees show us where the medicine is, and you know, the important essential oils of lavender and rosemary. If you just need to look in any garden in the spring and summer anywhere in the world, you'll see that the bees completely adore those flowering plants that are actually extremely medicinal for many reasons. So, Dr. Rosenberg, I've noticed that there's been recent research in aromatherapy on really important illnesses such as dementia. Could you tell us about that, the synergies between aromatherapy and treating serious illness?
Sure. Yes, but it's important not only to use, for example, essential oils, not only to use aromatherapy, to use these soft therapies, natural therapies like epitherapy, aromatherapy, phytotherapy, dietherapy, homeopathy, etc., to use in a combination, because exists really a good possibility to associate different soft therapies and to obtain a better therapeutic effect. Yes, aromatherapy offer very good possibilities for the treatment of different physical and different mental problems. And here I think in our discussion is very important to mention that education, dissemination of the information about this these natural therapies, soft therapies, is one of the most important activity in which we believe. You, Dr. Bridget Goodwin, and me, we believe in education of the people around the world for to know the benefits of aromatherapy, of epitherapy, of phytotherapy, homeopathy, and so on. And we propose to the people interested in our webinars, in our activity, we will propose in every month minimum one session, one webinar with different topics to explain the role and the benefits of these natural therapies, because education is really the fundament of the people to inform correctly about the possibilities which we offer. Yes, we started this activity long time ago, some years ago, and we continue today by different courses, different guides, consultation, etc. And I think it's a good moment to inform the person which are interested in this activity, educational activity, to inform about our possibilities, our resources. And in this field, I have the pleasure to ask you, what are the last possibility, your resources in education in this field? Please, dear Dr. Bridget Goodwin. Dear Bridget.
When I started studying apitherapy, and I first of all studied with Dr. Stangaciu in Romania, and as you know, I went to China a few times and was very fortunate to study how they use apitherapy within the context of traditional Chinese medicine in the Chinese hospitals.
Yes, very important.
And also because of our wonderful collaborations with our colleagues in so many countries, I wanted to create a platform to put all of the international apitherapy activities in one place, because it seems to me in Eastern Europe, there's a very powerful apitherapy community. In Asia, there's a very powerful apitherapy community.
Sure.
And many people are not aware just how extensive this subject is. And one thing that people have said to me about my AP University platform is that I've really tried to put so many international resources, scientific documents, video lectures, recipes in one place so that a student can go and study. But I also encourage students to pursue the subject of their interest. And I think it's not that well known that apitherapy is a huge subject.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, as you know, I had a particular interest in bee venom for cancer, but there's also a massive subject about the medicinal honeys. There's a whole group. I always tell people there's a whole group in Europe called the Propolis Research Group, because propolis in itself is a powerful medicine. And our colleague, Dr. Andressa Beretta, was very successful in getting propolis into the hospitals during COVID and publishing the important science about that. So I feel like with the platform, I've tried to put so many resources there so that a student can go through an online place and find references to all of these. Plus, there's the additional issue of all the types of honey and the types of bees that make this medicine, and the fascinating notion that no matter which plant material, no matter which geographic area, the bees bring special magic to the medicine in what they produce in the beehive. So even though the plant material varies tremendously across the world, scientists continue to study what, say, Brazilian green or red propolis has, or what Manuka honey or different types of honey have, Poland honey from Turkey. Many people claim that their own honey is the most important, but it's interesting to put them all out there and say, okay, let's talk about argan honey from Morocco. And I think when people have a look at the AP University platform, they're really amazed at the diversity of the subject, and also the notion that natural medicine, that like apitherapy, aromatherapy, herbal medicine, is completely bioavailable to our human bodies, and some very serious conditions are being treated with them that Western medicine hasn't caught up with. So, for example, in Russia, the Russian Apitherapy Institute have reversed Parkinson's symptoms in 1,200 people. And in China, I saw people being treated for multiple sclerosis with bees and traditional Chinese medicine. It's common in China for people to be treated for cancer with apitherapy. And a recent study has come out about dementia and essential oils. Is it rosemary and lavender, the pine, the different chemicals in those oils.
Sure.
That the science is sort of catching up with what the bees and the plants are already doing for millennia to give us medicine that helps our human health. So it's really interesting, because so many people have, because of allopathic medicine, assumed that natural medicine is weak or innocuous, but in fact, science is proving more and more that it's the opposite, that it's actually very powerful and very, very helpful. So as you were saying, I really like exploring different modalities and different ways to use natural medicine, and the combination of essential oils, aromatherapy, and apitherapy is just a beautiful bioavailable way to deliver medicine that can be very, very beneficial for people. So yeah, I encourage anyone, if they want to study, to jump onto the AP University platform and explore. But it's really there to encourage students or anyone interested in this subject to look at that enormous palette of what's there and go and find more, because the new science, new discoveries are coming in all the time. And it's the gift that keeps on giving, isn't it, Dr. Rosenberg? It just keeps on giving, which is what keeps all of us engaged and continuing to study.
Absolutely. It's very good that your courses about epitherapy are now on the Gumroad. Yes, very accessible. Epi University is really an original and very good documented course about what represent for the therapy bee products. You mentioned before some minutes ago, you mentioned these fantastic results which were obtained, for example, with propolis. Propolis for the prevention and treatment of different disease, but also medicinal honey, the utilization of this fantastic product, which is a very good food, a very good medicine, but also really a good or important cosmetic product. Yes, apitherapy is really a great chance, offer many possibilities for prevention. Very important to mention in our discussion this role of natural therapies. of epitherapy, of aromatherapy, phytotherapy, etc., this function, prevention of different disease, prevention of different health problems. And it's another important way, their role in anti-aging. But to return, if you want to present a little bit more about Epi University, about the accessibility of your courses, and about sonodynamic therapy, because I know you obtain very good therapeutic results with, here your experience in China was really basic, I think, very, very, very important. And you combine Bivinum with sonodynamic therapy for also in the treatment of very difficult medical problems. Please, Dr. Bridget Goodwin.
Oh, yes, it's quite extraordinary since I, excuse me, it's quite extraordinary since I researched sonodynamic therapy, and I've been using it and treating patients with this methodology. I'm completely so impressed with how powerful it is and how non-toxic it is and how beautifully it works with apitherapy, with acupuncture, with herbal medicine as just a gentle treatment for many conditions. And the principle really is that if we have cells in our body that need to go, the treatment will gently encourage them to leave.
Absolutely.
And this applies to tumors. It applies to blockages. Like I've been doing a lot of work with people's thyroids, which, you know, normally we're too frightened to touch the thyroid, but this is such a gentle treatment that it's a very powerful way to clear cysts or just calcification from the thyroid so that everything works better. It's incredible for the liver, to work on the liver, fatty liver, liver cysts. I've done multiple treatments for benign prostate hyperplasia for men, endometriosis for women, and uterine fibroids for women. And at the moment in Mexico, I'm working on kidney stones, and I've recently made a video at the BioSpa where I'm working in Mexico, treating a young woman with a brain tumor with bee venom and sonodynamic therapy. Her option otherwise is surgery, which, as we know, is very, very dangerous for the brain. So it's really encouraging that she's having fewer headaches. She feels less dizzy. She's had now 6 treatments with me, and her whole demeanor has changed. She's smiling. She's optimistic that hopefully there will be a better outcome than the one the doctors have given her. And I will keep working with her to encourage a good outcome. So this kind of thing is amazing. The other thing that I get to treat quite a lot, which apitherapy is very famously powerful for, is Lyme disease, because bee venom is one of the few medicines, if you like, that will actually kill the Borrelia spirochete. But in conjunction with sonodynamic therapy quite gently explodes biofilms and parasites, so that the combination is a powerful physical cleanse and a biochemical cleansing of the body, which means that I end up seeing these remarkable improvements in the patients. And I'm very gratified about my employer in Mexico, who's encouraging this activity, because I think, as we know, Mexico is a important place in the world for natural medicine, and many people come here from the United States, from Canada, from Australia, from Europe for treatments that have been outlawed in their countries because of the power of the big pharma. So when people have wonderful results, it is very encouraging. Last month, I treated a young man from Canada who was basically given 3 months to live in his home country. And in a team of integrative medicine doctors, we were able to clear blockages, to release toxins from his body. He really enjoyed the bee venom because it's powerful immune boosting medicine. I was able to clear his thyroid cysts. So with sonodynamic therapy, which was completely pain-free. So what we end up with is this amazing evidence of these scans of somebody who has thyroid cysts, and then the next day they don't, because it's been very gently cleared with sonodynamic therapy. I've done this treatment now so many times, and everybody's always amazed. And I'm so happy to have worked out that this treatment is possible and very gentle. And as I said, in combination with apitherapy, the bee medicine is very gentle. I was treating somebody who has an issue with their vocal cords. There's some, I think, aberrant cells on their vocal cords that have really restricted their speech.
Yes.
They've even tried stem cells, they've tried everything. And then this person said, how about we try your treatment with sonodynamic therapy? And to his amazement, his vocal cord started clearing. And then I also encouraged him to nebulize some propolis, to sort of ease the throat. And I feel like I'm always explaining to people this medicine, propolis. It was in the hospitals in Brazil during COVID, and the bees make this powerful medicine. It has all these benefits. So with the patients that I'm treating, I feel like I'm always doing education with them, and I'm never surprised that they've never heard of it. They don't know anything about it. And everybody's always surprised that bee products that we think are innocuous can be so very, very helpful. And something happened to me this week. I had a crash in the office, fell over.
Oh la la.
And I was fortunate to be in a wonderful place where within minutes, a doctor colleague was stitching up the cut on my elbow, and I was bandaged up. And then the next day I asked one of the nurses, can you please just put some bee venom in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and some honey on the wound, which kind of raises eyebrows when people haven't seen that. The nurses know about honey for wound healing, but they're a little bit doubtful about the bee venom. But immediately I had less pain, and I was like, yes, bees, thank you, bees. And I'll continue to do that until the wound heals. But we know that honey, I always tell people this, we had, I think a few years ago in Australia, some Australian scientists did a presentation on, it was kind of, the way I explain it to people is like, they try to trick the bees when it comes to antibiotic resistance. The scientists think, let's see if the bees are fooled by the superbugs, and then they stop being able to make medicine for these new creatures that are coming online as antibiotics start to fail. And the outcome of their research, which I love, is they couldn't trick the bees, because the bees are so highly evolved. The bees can continue to make medicine that can deal with superbugs, which is why very high quality raw, say, Manuka honey or any good honey from any country is full of medicine that can help wound healing, can help so many things. And it's interesting because people think that, well, the bee products are so ancient that I think we've taken them for granted. And when you use them for medicine for serious illness, it's very gratifying to see very strong results. So I really enjoy working with the bee products, and I really enjoy very much seeing the patients recover from serious illness and be very pleased that they're well when they might have been given a few months to live, or they have a brain tumor, or they've got some very nasty illness that can easily be reversed with pretty gentle treatments that are not going to be a shock to the body, like surgery or chemotherapy or radiation. So the way I think of sonodynamic therapy and bee venom, it's kind of like natural radiation and natural chemotherapy. That's the way I think of it, even though really it's not toxic, it's not so harmful, and it's tremendously helpful. But Dr. Rosenberg, it is very, very hard to explain to people because they always think, surely that won't work. And
But
when it does,
you explained very, very well the possibilities offered by this soft therapy, which is possible also to associate not only with bee product, but I am convinced that exists a possibility to associate with medicinal plants, with many other bioactive products. Dear Dr. Bridget Goodwin, thank you very much for this fantastic information about your activity, and we will continue after a short pause this conversation. Thank you very much.
thank you, Dr. Rosenberg.
It was my pleasure.